I'm going to do my best to be professional today. I would like to.
You should.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Third and Longhorn postgame show. We are recapping number 16 Texas's 27-17 victory over the Texas A&M Little Brother Aggies.
The former number 3 team in the country.
Former undefeated. The former
Heisman
finalist. Oh.
What else? The former Take Back Texas or whatever they were talking about.
This is the year they proved they're not Little Brother. Anyway, let's be professionals. Let's we'll let our hair down in a little bit. I am joined by Alex Okafor, Jeremy Hills, Mark Higgins.
Hello.
Derek Joe back there on the ones and twos, as always, making it happen. My name is Nick Shuley, and like I said, we're going to recap this. Guys, I normally say give me your quick thoughts. Just let it ride. They don't need to be quick. Let's go. And then we'll get into the offense, the defense, the special teams, etc.
You want to go?
You go ahead.
I'll jump in here. This is what battle-tested, hard-nosed football looks like in November.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to welcome the Aggies to the top half of the conference.
Yeah,
this is what it's like.
What it looks like. Yeah,
we've been playing in this part of the conference all year. So.
4 quarters, got to play it hard. Sometimes you go into the half down 7, and you still got to bounce back and score. You got to play hard physical football. When they drive down the field, you got to pick it off on your own 3-yard line. And if you punt it, you got to pick off the next one to end the game. This is what it looks like. This is battle-tested football. That's what it looked like. I seen a very mature win today. One of my favorite things that I saw today was from the play caller. The play callers decided, I found something that works. You have to make me decide to change. I'm not gonna try to get out of this and do other. They found, hey, y'all can't stop pullers. And they found maybe 7 different variations to run pullers. Cute. Oh, my gosh. Trey Wisner.
Travion
Wisner. Mr. Wisner. I call him Mr. Wisner.
Put some respect.
Phenomenal. Right. Man, he was so.
The rival killer.
This is what you got to understand. Is that
literally.
Yeah. What you got to understand is the patience, the vision, the balance, and then the execution.
The balance.
And
the balance.
And patience.
When you have a single puller versus 2 pullers versus same side versus cross the ball versus gun versus pistol versus under the center, it's all different timing. And no matter how they called it, he was in the right spot every time. In the discipline to play it A gap out, meaning he went from A gap to B gap to C gap, and he just it was so mature. It was so mature. Honestly, it's going to take y'all back a little bit. It reminded me of Mark Ingram in college. Yeah. Square shoulders, downhill, super patient, flowing with the lineman, taking what's there, bursting on the back end. And he just did it over and over and over. And what I like this, not every play is going to be a 30, 40-yard run. That's fine. Keep doing it.
Eat it. Take the 1-yard loss. He did it.
And he was finishing runs.
And he's finishing.
Dropping that shoulder, falling forward every single time, staying in bounds, fighting for the hard yard.
That's what we want.
That same running back against Georgia backed up, was trying to make too much happen. Today, when it got behind the line, he just went down. Yeah. And he's played so smart. I mean, that kid deserves all the flowers, especially it's been a tough year for him and a tough year for our running backs. Yeah. So to have this moment, it's awesome.
And I don't want to, I can go on forever. We got to salute Arch.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he could have had a slower start, but again, this is what battle tested.
What was he, 5 in the first half? 5 of 20.
Yeah, it was bad.
80 yards.
It was bad.
Or something. It was. I don't have it exact.
Battle tested. Battle like that. Like that's what came to mind when I was watching this game. I'm like, it's really no fear and there's no panic or no worry. These guys have been here before. Mm-hmm. You felt like Texas has been to the deep end of a football game before.
And we have.
Yeah. And it showed up. What do y'all think?
And for me, like, first of all, excuse me, I have no voice.
We were all yelling way too loud. So apologize.
I was at the game and screaming. That kind of tells you the excitement of this one right here. But before we get into specific players, obviously we had to give Trey Wisner his flowers, had to give Arch his flowers. We got a long list that we're going to get through this show. But I want to highlight the difference in programs. I got to at this point. You take a Texas team that always has a target on their back, media always asking us to play up to our standard, which we demand as well, but week in and week out, teams attack us. A&M, number 3 team in the nation, undefeated. How are you going to handle this opportunity? Because it's an opportunity for them.
Yeah.
They didn't treat it as an opportunity. They treated it as a moment. They treated it as the oh no moment. Mm-hmm. Like, what are we going to do when our back's against the wall?
Who are we?
You could feel their fan base. They was tight before the game even started. They knew how this was going to unfold. Every A&M fan I talked to this week was nervous. There was no confidence because you knew that Big Bro could come in and take everything from you.
The craziest part is I got a house divided. Yeah. Half my family went to Texas A&M, the other half went to Texas, right? And y'all seen we had the family at the pregame show. Like, all of us were in the house. And, they don't want to hear the truth from me. My Aggie side, they don't want to hear it from me. And I was like, hey, the objective truth here is Texas A&M is good.
Yeah.
We don't know how
good. Exactly.
I said that, and I said that last week.
They didn't know how good. They don't know how
They knew deep in their hearts. Yeah.
They don't know how good.
They had imposter syndrome, and you could see it before the game even started. You could tell from the fan base that this is not who they are. This is not who they've ever been.
And what is imposter syndrome and how do you see it show up? You play good when it's all good. Mm-hmm. But when it get tight, you get tight.
Mm-hmm. We call that front running.
That's a front run, right? And so what Jay, what do you mean by that? Okay, your defense is playing great. You got Arch not playing as well. Texas hasn't gotten a run game going yet. All right, cool. Texas went up 3-0, but you feel in the back of your mind, wow, it's just because we got our field goal blocks. And then you go down, you tie it up, then you go down, you score one. First of all, I love what they were doing with the quick slants in the RPO game. It was really good in the first half. Then you go down there, you get one of your best player on your best skill position player in KC Concepcion. He makes a guy miss. He gets in the end zone. It's up 10-3, and you're playing good.
He's a beast, by the way.
He's a good player.
Phenomenal. He's going to play for a long time. Woo. But, all right, so what do you mean by that on the flip side? All right, when you come out in the second half and you go 3 and out, Texas comes down and then they make it 10-6, and then you go 3 and out again, and now it's 13-10. You just started to feel it, And the inability to stop that rush, the inability to cut off that momentum. This is the difference between going through those trenches, going through that war before, and coming out on the other side a better, more physical, more mature team. Like, think about it. They went up 10-3. The next time they scored, it was 20-10.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas scored 17 straight. There's no world where you can let that happen.
I don't know if y'all remember the post game last year from Mike Elko. He said, we got physically outmatched. I don't remember the exact words, but he said, and that will not happen again.
And a lie detector determined that was a lie.
That was incorrect.
I mean, listen, run game, Trey Wisner had 155 yards rushing, and that's not even the part. 8.2 yards a carry.
A pop.
8.2 yards a carry. There's no way you can allow that to happen.
No.
There's no way. And then the guy that is a megastar, and he deserves that megastar because where was he? I'm looking for that defensive end. Mr. Cash, there's a milk carton with you.
Well, when you can effectively run the football like we did today, you can. Yeah, you can't tee off no more.
And the tough part is these aren't like, sometimes you get caught in the wrong blitz and a team bursts one on the back. That happens. There were multiple times. Go back and watch the tape, guys. If you guys don't have the all 22, I want you to go back and watch the TV copy. You will see multiple times in the run game and the pass game where A&M, I swear to you, A&M defensive linemen are on their butts.
Yeah.
They are on their butts.
Our boys got tired of hearing how bad they were and how good A&M was.
They lost the physicality battle tonight. They were on their butts. You see what I'm saying? Like
coming from a team that quote unquote can't run the football.
Yep.
You just got almost 200 yards handed to you on the ground right there.
I mean, over 200.
Over 200.
Arch had a 35-yard touchdown himself.
218 total yards, 218 total
handed to you for a team that can't quote unquote run the football.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be physical up front. Your D line's supposed to be the strength of this team. Go ahead, Iggs.
Last year, hats off to them because they physically annihilated us.
Who said that?
Elko
last year
in the post game.
In the second half,
what he says this
in the
year.
second half, what is he going to say this year?
No. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being funny. I'm saying objectively looking at the tape. If I had no association with Texas whatsoever, the guys in burnt orange tonight physically won the battle at the line of scrimmage against the guys in what's maroon white.
That's a well-rested Aggie team who rested the majority of their starters in that Samford game because they played once again Samford the game before. That's a Texas team coming off a physical game, not having our best or second best defensive player, whatever you want to say, Colin or Anthony, but not having Anthony Hill. And by the way, props to Trey Moore for stepping up and filling in that time, and Leonga, and like we were thin at linebacker, and that was huge. And then Ty Anthony coming in the second half, not having Ty Anthony in that first half too. Like this defense came together, and for a defense that's been so much maligned in the last few weeks.
Yeah. And like Jay has said, us being battle tested, us getting Trey Moore the reps at linebacker last week against an explosive offense like Arkansas right before we played A&M was one of the keys to having him play so well this game. Getting reps for these guys, playing quality competition down the stretch, slowly getting better week by week. That's what it takes to put out a good product. A&M, you got to learn something from this right here.
No doubt. I mean, I want to say, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. A&M is a good football team.
Yeah, they are.
The thing is that I think they were crowned too early, and
they peaked.
And it's not, you play the people that are on your schedule, so this ain't a shot at them. It's not like they hand selected their schedule, right, for the most part. But what I'm saying is us as viewers, and then the committee overall, we have to take into account the strength of schedule. Because that matters.
You're setting a bad precedent if you don't.
Really matters. No, I'm solely just talking about. Do you believe? And trust me, it's any given Saturday in the SEC. I get it, right? Georgia, it's any given Saturday in the SEC. But a team that's playing the bottom 7 of the SEC for overwhelming majority of their schedule, do you believe that's the best team out there? And that's why I kept saying, like, hey, I know enough about football to look at the product on the field and say that's a good football team.
And the committee never did, to their credit, right? Ohio State, Indiana always kept that ranking above them. And so I think they said, hey, we're not too sure yet. And now I think it got proven. I'm not taking anything away from our win, but there's a reason everyone expected Georgia, Alabama, whoever it was, to be in the championship.
That's a good football team. We just beat a good football team. We did not know how good they were. And then when I looked at like the game plan, what was put on the field, and then like I'm like, man, schematically it's not amazing. Never really was. It's an offense that's built on athletes. Schematically it's not amazing. And then when you actually rush with discipline, and I can't wait till we talk about the defense because I have to talk about Colin Simmons tonight. But when you rush with discipline, and when you change up the picture on the back end, and you can flip and make the pressure stay on that guy. Good quarterback, really good quarterback. But come on, man. Like, y'all don't think y'all were hyping a little bit?
Well, here's the thing. A&M is going to struggle against us for the foreseeable future. Jay Hills always says styles make fights, right? A&M, until you can bully us in the trenches and until you can stretch the field and put up points, this is going to be the results moving forward. Against us, you got to do one of two things. You got to bully us in the trenches, or you got to outscore us. Well, and they haven't been able to do either of those the past 2 years.
And that's what everyone said was going to happen. This is the best line they've had. That was all I heard this week.
They call them the Maroon Goons.
Yeah, both sides.
The Maroon Goons.
And it did not look like
the Maroon Goons. That's what they called them. I couldn't believe that was the nickname they chose. First of all, who chose that nickname?
I'm just now hearing this.
The Maroon Goons.
Some dudes wearing milkman outfits chose that name.
I know who chose it.
That's terrible.
It was the Yale leader.
The milkman. Yeah, it was the milkman.
Hey, the players got to put their foot down and take their culture back.
Yeah, bro.
This
they
is-
have
enough is enough.
The Yale leaders decided that the linemen were the maroon goons. This is a terrible story.
Well, we are recapping number 16, Texas's 27-17 victory over Texas A&M. I'm Nick Shuley. I'm joined by Jeremy Hills, Alex Okafor, Mark Higgins, Derek Joe back there. All right, guys, we've talked a lot of just kind of in general. Let's go through this piece by piece. On the offensive side of the ball, Texas ended up with 397 total yards, 179 yards passing, 218 yards rushing. Arch Manning was 14 of 29, 179 yards and a touchdown. He really kind of brought it back after having a rough first half. Trey Wisner, 19 carries, 155 yards. Arch Manning, 7 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. Like you said, Trey averaged 8.2 yards a carry. Arch averaged 7.6. CJ had 6 carries, 10 yards. Nick Townsend, 1 carry, 2 yards and a tutty.
Nick Townsend.
Jack Endries had his best game in a Texas uniform. 4 catches, 93 yards, some huge plays. Wingo, 4 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Parker Livingston, 1 catch, 19 yards. Trey Wisner, 2 catches, 19 yards. Emmett Mosley, 1 catch, 9 yards. DeAndre Moore, 1 catch, 4 yards, and CJ Baxter, 1 catch for 1 yard. So you've got your top receivers each catching 1 pass, and you win this game. That's how well we ran the ball.
Yeah.
That goes. Let's give A&M some credit. They decided that their game plan was like, we're going to try to do any and everything to take away these guys.
Yeah.
Right. And what I love is like the culture that's been here at the University of Texas is next man up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see that when a Jack Endries does what he did tonight. You know, Ryan Wingo showed up in the spots that he showed up tonight, and then our guys being ready, like the in-breaking route that Parker caught was needed at that moment.
Nasty.
It was needed at that moment.
Great throw,
right?
Great catch.
So that's a big play.
A play that we've seen him drop previously in the season. Like,
And by the way, he drops that. That's a pick.
Yeah.
Stepping up to the plate. Stepping up to the plate, man. When I look at this, when I looked at the offense tonight, it's getting back to who we've proven to be over the past. Having a dynamic pass catcher at tight end, Jack Endries. We knew the type of talent he had heading into the season. Started off the season hot. Had a lull in the middle of the season. We were wondering where he was at when we were struggling. This is the type of player that Sark offenses produce, and this is why it's such a matchup advantage in this type of scheme. Running the ball, explosive outside running plays. This week we mixed in some pullers in there to throw off the look, but it's still outside runs.
Yep.
And we're getting 8 yards a pop. That's a Sark staple. I know we couldn't run the ball this season, but if you look back in the past, Sark always keeps a dynamic running back in this offense. That's what this offense looks like. In the trenches, protecting Arch. Arch, you talk about a guy that's improved from the start of the season to now. He looks like a completely different player. The profile, we built Arch up at the beginning of the season. He finally fit the bill today. This is the finished product. This is what it looks like. This is what we were expecting at the beginning of the season, and it looked awesome. The way he was able to navigate through the pocket tonight, he did not let the rush affect him at all. I saw guys just trying to get armed. It didn't throw off his motion.
Even when they pummeled
resetting
him,
his feet.
even when they pummeled him, he still almost got called for intentional grounding because he still got the ball and he was getting hit on a couple of those.
And before I let Jay go, what I loved about it and what you see differently is at the beginning of the season, he was staring at the rush, looking dead at the rush at the beginning of the season. If you watch this game, he was not looking at the rush at all. He's feeling it, keeping his eyes downfield the whole time and delivering a beautiful football, man.
Is one, obviously the intentional grounding, I'm sure you could count that one, but it's one that I can think of that I'm like, I bet he wants that one back.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about the deep pass to Mosley?
Not even that one.
Okay.
In the end zone. No, not the one where we overthrew him on the deep pass.
That's what I'm talking
Unfortunately,
about.
that
happened.
We'll see that happen.
Yeah.
But he navigated the pocket beautifully. He stepped out of the blitz. He rolled to his right, and he was going towards the bowl end of the football field. And there's nobody there. He can decide. It's 2nd and 11, I want to say, or 2nd and 10. He can decide to take off if he wants, but instead he keeps his eyes down the field and he tries to deliver one in the back of the end zone, and it just skipped. It skipped on.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
and I'm
about.
looking at that like, you either got to run.
That's a touchdown
and go get the first down or more.
Yeah.
Or you got to throw a catchable ball right there. That's the only one. And this is me getting as nitpicky as
Yeah.
I can, because I can imagine that he's going to be even harder on
Which
himself.
and that shows his improvement, because we can be nitpicky now. Beforehand,
You had to pick.
beforehand, we were praying to get to this point.
Yeah.
But like I can't talk about Jack injuries enough. Making him, like we always say in the offense, like especially in zones, the way that you communicate with the quarterback is if you can if he can see the X on your Texas jersey, he knows you're ready for the football. And Jack Injuries a lot of times presented himself and was ready for the football. And then one of my favorite, if not my favorite play of the game by the offense today, outside of the 2-puller break by Wisner, I love that. I love that play, right? But Arch stepped in, he maneuvered the pocket once again, and he threw what was the equivalent of a basketball layup.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I'm talking, the touch on that pass was just chef's kiss. Like that, it was a beautiful ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, like, because when you think about it from an offensive perspective, you got to do a couple of things on a drive, right? We got to get the drive started. And in doing so, we let the defense get a break. They need it.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're thinking, all right, at the very least, we need to flip the field. Okay. And this drive has to end in a kick, either a punt, an extra point, or a field goal. All right. Then also in the spirit of letting the defense get a break, you love to see some of this clock come down.
Mm-hmm.
So on that play alone, I don't even know how many yards it was, but on that play alone, box one checked. We just flipped the field. All right, cool. Now we can start running this offense. We can start, the defense is going to get a break. I'm thinking like, man, this is complimentary football.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. This is mature football. And it just looked like that the entire second half. And the offense started slow. Defense started, and the defense came ready to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Defense came ready to play from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Offense started slow, but the defense just stayed with it until the offense started picking it up. And then when they did pick it up, they started rolling. Their first 3 drives in the second half, points. Think about that.
Yeah.
Points on their first 3 drives in the second half.
And what I noticed too, you talk about the defense from start to finish, just keeping their foot on the gas. For a defense to be able to do that, the offense, even if they're not clicking, they got to give the defense something. And to me, giving them something is just not turning the football over. No turnovers today, none. That gave us a clean game. Penalties wasn't good, but we know what we are in penalties. We know what they are in penalties too, and it cost them as well. But
and they beat us in penalties.
Absolutely. But not turning the football over was all the defense needed to keep their head in the game, keep them alive. Okay, we know offense is coming. We just got to stay on top of our game. But when offense starts turning the ball over, when penalties push us back, that's when defense starts getting frustrated, getting in their own mind. You kind of saw that a little bit at the end of the Georgia game. Not today, because offense played sharp. It wasn't always effective. It wasn't always explosive at the beginning, but it was sharp. And that's all. That's enough to keep the defense in there.
2 points. I want to salute Sark on 2 different points. The gamemanship early in the second half to make them waste a timeout. Right? Make that timeout come off the board.
That's huge.
You want to substitute late? We're gonna substitute late. Right? You got to call a timeout right there. Perfect. That's a win for the good guys, Sark. And then being up 10 after the pick and saying, I'm just gonna run this football. I'm gonna run this football and punt it, be up 2 scores, and give you no timeouts. Like, that's mature. That's mature for him. Mm-hmm. In the sense of like, hey, we're up 2 scores. I know what we've been doing. It makes sense right now to do this. Mm-hmm. This is what makes sense. Hand it off. If we break one, cool. If we don't, punt, let's do it again. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that's the complimentary football is all parts.
Yeah.
And then tonight we got all parts. We got great punts. Now the last one, I would love to see it hung up there a little bit more, and I give it to KC. Yeah. And then our punt team, you better believe Akina's gonna be on 24, and then the other young boy, D. Williams, he gonna be on their head, because those are 2 opportunities that we had to get him down, and that turns into a 25-30 yard return. And our boy Ethan Burke with the effort, effort.
That's him.
But, hey, man. If it's one compliment you would love to have, not even as a football player, but as a man, if it's one compliment you would love to have, is your consistent effort. Mm-hmm. And whenever I think of Ethan Burke, literally what I think of is explosive, his hand placement, mm-hmm. his explosiveness, and then his effort. Like the block field goal, mm-hmm. like that's an effort play.
He had his fingerprints all over this game from the very jump, and it's reminiscent of last year. Last year he had his fingerprints all over this game. What you love about Ethan Burke is Jay Hills talks about the effort. It's that motor, and he's had it since day one. Now the question about him is, can he Can he get more consistent? Can he channel that motor and make sure that his play is not so up and down? Can we count on him play after play? At the beginning, it was a little inconsistent, but over the course of these past 3 to 4 years, Ethan Burke has turned into an outstanding player for us. Not to mention, we've lost so much depth on this D-line the past 2 years. Ethan Burke was our only player that has been here throughout the Sark era, so he had to take the reins of this defensive line, and he did it outstanding, man. To be able to lead this young unit, to be able to show a guy like Colin Simmons how to practice the right way, and so he can reach his max potential. Give it up to Ethan Burke, man. He's had an outstanding career, and I love how he changes these A&M games for us.
Right.
I love it. Higgs, did you have something before we?
Oh, I think just when you were running through all those stats, I think we need to give a little shout out to the DKR fans. I mean, they had a thing up on the Jumbotron about stadium stats wins, like, get the false starts and stuff. Like, our crowd showed up tonight.
3 penalties at least while we were there, and we
in
left,
that third quarter on that huge false start on the third down that
huge
made them have to punt. That was huge. Really, really huge.
Yeah, and there was one on it. Yeah, they had a couple in key situations.
That place was rocking.
And Oak, we're working on a chloroseptic sponsor for your throat. So anybody wants to inbound?
One of the biggest compliments. First of all, DKR was rocking.
It was.
I mean, from the moment we walked out there, the energy in that place, and then you see I seen Jamal Charles, I seen old Xavier Word.
Hey, the stars was out.
All the stars showed up tonight.
Everybody was there.
But last thing I'll say about Ethan Burke. This is Ethan. I hope you're listening to this. This is how you know you balling. My little brother is an A&M grad. He's sitting there on the couch. He's holding his beautiful newborn daughter, and he's pissed off, and he's looking at the TV, and you blocked that field goal, and he said, "Damn, Burke's still there?" He said, "How long he been at Texas?"
The Brock Cunningham of football.
And I'm like, that's the best compliment you can
get. That means you've been making plays.
You've been making plays against these guys for a long time.
Man, Aggies are never going to forget him, especially after last year and now this year. Well, we are recapping number 16, Texas's 27-17 victory over formerly undefeated Texas A&M.
Formerly number 3 Texas A&M.
And let's get to the defense. We already started talking about the defensive side of the ball. I'll let you kick it off with Colin, but let's get into the stats. The Aggies ended up with 180 yards passing, 157 yards rushing for a total of 337. They had 2 turnovers that were forced by our defense. And Leongo Lafau led the team with 11 tackles. And Jelani McDonald had 9, as well as, we had 1 sack by Colin Simmons, and then the interceptions were Michael Taff and Kobe Black. So, guys, let's talk about this defense, right? This is a defense that people had given up on, right? We flipped the script to where instead of talking smack about the offense, we were talking smack about the defense, and they responded. Like this was a moment. I think they felt disrespected, and they came to play that way.
Can we talk about Jelani McDonald's BS?
Oh my God.
That was so bad.
Like the whistle.
It was a football play.
The whistle wasn't blown.
Dude.
It wasn't malicious. It was an aggressive tackle of a ball carrier in the open field before the whistle was blown.
What were the officials doing in the first half, by the way?
Not calling penalties
and those,
the right way.
I get it if on that first wingo non-pass interference, you say there was contact on both sides, but the second one, he had 2 guys hitting him while the ball was there, both with their backs turned. Yeah. I don't care if you turn around earlier; it doesn't matter if you're slamming into the guy. So it was a little ridiculous at the start of the game.
That first half was rough. Going back to the penalty on Jelani McDonald, as a defensive player, I don't understand what you're supposed to do when you physically lift somebody up. Am I supposed to just place him back down on his cleats, on his feet? Like, am I supposed to lay him down like a baby? Like,
when the whistle is not the
when he's off the ground, what am I supposed to do with him? I have to dump him.
That was the most football play, and maybe I don't understand the rules.
No, listen, from the beginning, you hear defensive coaches holler it all the time. And you hear coaches holler it all the time, but you definitely hear defensive coaches play through the whistle. Yeah. There's no whistle, play ain't over.
Yeah.
Period. So this kid's playing through the whistle.
Yeah.
Making an open field tackle, which is already hard enough to do.
Yeah. And what was he supposed to do there? I just don't get it.
When the ball carrier is off the ground, what is the defender supposed to? Jay Hills, am I supposed to lay you down out of bounds?
If I allow another grown man to pick me up off my feet unwillingly, Whatever happens next, I brought upon myself.
Absolutely.
Okay, like there's no reason you should be getting lifted up off your feet. First of all,
that was ridiculous.
Keep your feet.
I don't get that.
But no, I want to. I'm sorry, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Go.
Colin Simmons, Mr. Simmons. I am so glad that they make college players stay for at least 3 seasons because we're gonna see you for a long time.
Oh man,
listen, it was almost like he told the defense on the RPO, y'all play the running back. I got the quarterback. Because he played Marcel Reed every single time. Forced it. Marcel had 70-something yards rushing. Overwhelming majority of those were scramble yards. On the designed RPOs, erased them.
Yeah.
He played the quarterback every single time and was athletic and explosive enough to get back into the run after the quarterback gave the ball off. He made Marcel give the ball every single time. The rest of the defense played the run. He then closed in on the running back and would get there. And I'm talking about every time it would go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. And I'm like, the unselfish nature to just decide, I'm going to take that away. Y'all play that. And we got this. And then he did it on because they like to bring that. They love to bring across the ball jet motions too. He took it away every single time. Every single time. I was blown away, one, by his discipline, from the ability not to get greedy, right? Not to like see it and like guess and then try to take the running back.
Leave your feet.
Yeah, leave your feet. Play the quarterback, got back into the run. Played the quarterback, got back into the run. Played the sweep, got back into the run. Like he dictated for them what they were gonna do on that play. Like on the offensive side, it's if this then that.
Yeah.
Colin decided y'all are handing the ball.
He dictated.
And he does that with his penetration. He deciphers the mesh point on a handoff so accurately. For such a young player, very rarely does he get it wrong at the mesh point, man. And it starts with the penetration he gets upfield. He gets high, and usually for a defensive end, that gets you in trouble. Not for him, because he's able to get back into the play, is what you were trying to say. He gets high on the ball, forces the give, forces it to where Reed can't go outside of him, and then falls right back into the play.
Falls back into the play.
On top of that, he's relentless on the rush. And what marks an outstanding pass rusher is, do you get better as the game goes on? And you could just kind of feel that pressure picking up drive after drive, to the point where it got to the late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and he couldn't be blocked. Like, his best get-offs were at the end of the game. He was getting better with each snap, and that's the mark of an outstanding pass rusher. There's blood in the water as a pass rusher, and he could smell it.
Well,
he could smell it, and he just ramped up as the game went on.
And you got to feel bad, but none of us do, for the Aggies. You can go ahead and keep that dusty trophy shelf from your I don't even know when their last Heisman was, 1400s or I don't know, 1500s. Who knows? Nobody even knows. Like, they didn't even have pencils back then. But I think we can officially put to rest Marcel Reed's Heisman campaign after what Texas did, and add in the first half of last game against South Carolina and this. Like, I like that kid. I think he's a good player.
He got better this year too.
He did.
Passer.
Yeah. He went night and day from last year. He is way different than he was last year.
That said,
until you can consistently stretch the field, you cannot beat this Texas team.
No one in that stadium, I don't care what color you were wearing, would pick Marcel Reed over Arch Manning.
No.
And if you did, you're lying to
the
yourself.
best part, that's what I thought about, like, because the world was so ready to throw Arch in the trash and give Marcel the Heisman. And when you looked at the numbers, you were like, these numbers are eerily similar, yet one has played objectively a much tougher level of competition consistently. But these numbers are eerily similar, but yet one should go in the dumpster and one should run for president. I'm confused here. And so what I absolutely love is we got the opportunity to settle it on the field. And when we put both guys on the field against two really good defenses that have an outstanding all-star edge rusher and a supporting cast as a defense that's really good. I mean, these guys face the same test, basically, or just different versions of it. One walked, and they were very similar.
Numbers were similar.
Very similar. Yeah.
180 yards.
Yeah.
180 yards, 5.6 average, 2 picks for one. 179 yards, 6.2 average, 1 touchdown, no picks for the other. And so when you put those two guys on the field tonight, can we put that argument to rest for this year?
And by the way,
let's
Aggie
pick
fans,
it back up again next year.
Aggie fans, I do know that Johnny Manziel won the Heisman.
Absolutely.
That dump, but I was just being.
Look, I heard he had a tailgate today, and they said it was a lot of fun. But like, absolutely, let's put that argument to rest for this year, right? We can pick it back up next year. Now, Marcel, I said before on the pregame with you guys, we got to be disciplined in our pass rush. We have to limit his ability to be not just escape with his feet, but his ability to escape and make plays down the field with the ball. We definitely did that. It was only a couple of times that I can think that like he got loose and then made one on the sideline early in the first half, and then one on the crosser in the second half. You know, he's a ball player. He's gonna make those plays. But what I really wanted to see was, because I've only seen it once this year, and it was against Notre Dame from him, right? What does he look like when the game is mentally exhausting, when the pitcher is different, when it's bluff blitzes, when it's real blitzes, when it's zone blitzes, when it's man blitz, when it's that what looked like a blitz, but it's not. They're actually in a drop zone, which is where he threw the last pick, right? When it's defensive lineman's in my face and I see where I want to go with this ball, I got to get this ball over that guy to my guy. Oh, man, I didn't see the backside safety. Michael Taft, here goes the other pick. Right, the mental part of this game that is exhausting, that then makes the physical part exhausting. And I was just very curious to see, what does he look like when he faces that level of a test? And I got what he looked like. It looked like 71 yards on the ground, 180 yards and 2 picks in the air. That's what it looks like. And the best part of, and the reason we love the game of football is because it will be settled on the field. I don't have to listen to an expert tell me anything. I don't have to listen to a committee. I don't got to listen to rankings. Let's go play football. And like we've been saying, I know A&M is good. I'm not sure how good. I believe A&M is a good, the 2025 Texas A&M Aggies are a good football team. I'd still have them in the same second tier of SEC teams that I had them in last year.
I agree.
No, I'm with you. And credit this defense for taking away the rushing attack from A&M. Like, Marcel Reed is significantly better when he's able to lean on a rushing game. And that's not just him. That's the game of football. We're the same way as a Texas team. We're that much better when we can run the football. This Texas team took away the rushing attack on the ground, forced it to be a drop back pass game. And like Jay said, it unfolded right there in front of our eyes. He had to go through his progression every single down. Credit our defense for taking away that first read most of the time. Credit our defense for forcing him to check the ball down on multiple occasions, especially in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, it felt like he was checking it down every
that's all that was it.
Snap.
But look, that's the signs equally. Sometimes you say that's a sign of a mature quarterback. Other times that's this pressure is getting here. I don't know where to go.
Absolutely. He's checking. He may have checked out a little too soon of those plays, man. As a QB, you have to go through your progression 1, 2, 3 every single play. It felt like on a couple of those checkdowns, it was one, okay, whatever, pressure in my face, get it. So we made the game mentally exhausting for him, like you said. And when you put him in a drop back situation, this is the result. And this is where A&M has to take the next step. Either you can't not run the ball effectively, or you got to figure out how you can drop back and have an effective pass game against a team like us. I got to give them their credit though. They, when that second half got bad for them. Their first 5 drives, I want to say, were punt, 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 punt. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't good. And then Texas will turn those punts into points. So it got bad for them. And when it could have got real bad, they put together a drop. Now they were aided by a face mask that, it looked like he grabbed his chin strap to me.
He did. He eventually followed through into the face mask.
But it was aided by a face mask. Fine. But to take what was that, 2nd or 3rd and 21 and turn that into a first down and then drive that ball down the field and put up points. Excellent. Excellent. I think that was the best drive of their second half. And then the best drive of the game that I would give them was their first touchdown drive. I did like that. I liked how they hit the trips to the side. They brought him. He held that RPO long and then threw a bullet for a slant on. And I don't know why they didn't do that more in the second half. But the game just it felt like this game got harder for him as the game went along. We suffocated him. Yes. On defense, we suffocated him. Yes. It just felt like for Art, like it's one of those games where I said this one 2023 when we went up to Bama. When we went up to Bama and we beat Bama by 10. I said this thing. I said, hey, this ain't one of them games where you walk away and you're like, man, we ran out of time. If these two would have kept playing, the score was just going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that tonight. As this game got on, 16 in the burnt orange started playing better and better and better. 10 in the maroon, it started to get hard for him.
Yeah.
It really started. I mean, we're talking about his last two passes with picks.
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is where the defense is fooling you. The defense is fooling you. You think this is the answer to the test, and they're saying wrong.
That's a battle-tested defense is what that is.
That's a battle-tested defense. So I loved it. I loved it. Shout out to Kobe Black, too.
A nice hit. He put a hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, it's
And
we go from 2 weeks ago wondering what happened to our secondary to fast forward 2 weeks. Now we got the brightest future of all.
You got
forward.
Cade Phillips, Grayson Littleton, like all making big plays. Like it was impressive. Well, we're recapping number 16 Texas's 27-17 victory over number 3 Texas A&M. Pardon all of us, we are losing our voices because we were yelling so loud. Let's before we get to questions, comments, if you got questions, comments, get them in now because we're gonna flip over to those in a second. But let's get into the special teams really quickly. Look. The taking the time to go out and get a punter and a kicker in the offseason changed the game. Jack Bomeister, he had one that he wants back, but man, he did a heck of a job keeping that ball away from Concepcion and pinning him. He ended up 7 punts, 342 yards. He averaged 48.9 yards a punt. He had 1 touchback, but 3 inside the 20, as well as Mason Shipley knocked down that 46-yarder. That wind, for those that weren't there, the wind was crazy in the stadium. And it was kind of like the flags were blown one way, but it was blown down on the field a different way. And so it was kind of swirling. And to be able to knock that 46-yard field goal in, that was big time. 2 for 2 on field goals and 3 for 3 on extra points, like we said with that long of 46. Niblett didn't really get too far out on any of his, but like, man, he's dangerous.
I was hoping he made him pay on that last kick.
Man, I wanted it. I saw a little opening.
Put it in his hand.
But no. I think he did though, because like they tried to pin it deep.
Yeah.
He caught it on the 10.
It was a good return.
And he ended up getting it to the 30 something.
Yeah, he had 2 for 28. His long was 22.
We just know his standard. I'm being greedy.
That's Oak like, why he didn't score?
Oh, man, they put it
why he didn't score? I dare you, Devin Hester.
Y'all ready to get into some comments?
Well, before we get to that, Sam Ellinger jumped into Twitter and said, best season in 30 years, and they still can't beat Big Bro. Poor ass.
That's Sam, listen, you're not wrong when you're right, Sam.
And a shout out to Jack Bomeister, who is a Longhorn, third Longhorn t-shirt wearer. Purchased. On the way over here, Craig Way said his average for the season so far, he might have had one more punt left, but it was 49 plus for the season.
Wow. He's a stud.
Go in the portal, get those special teams.
We're going to miss him. First off, shout out to Care Bear Karen for the $99.99 sponsored comment. That's definitely the biggest one. Yeah, shout out to you.
Feeling good after that one.
Care Bear Karen, we appreciate you. We own A&M. What was all that talk about Reed being better than Arch? Put us in. Tennessee got in with the loss to Archie. We got 3 top 10 wins.
Only program in the country that can say that. Only program in the entire country that can say that.
Committee, I know everyone thinks there's no chance, but they're in a tough spot because they are going to set some bad precedents.
I said, off air to these two, I said, we're going to have a convincing win to put them in a bad spot. And I think it's safe to say this was a convincing win.
That was a beating.
This isn't like one of those ones where the ball bounced our way or, a play wasn't made. Texas won the football game.
Yeah.
They caught Sark in the post game and they asked me, said, I think we are absolutely a playoff team.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I mean, that's the number 3 team in the nation, right? And undefeated. Did you see a team that looked way different from the other one? I did, but it was not what people think it was.
Absolutely. Now, you're gonna have some, if I were to try to advocate for a Notre Dame or somebody else, I would say, oh, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. Yeah, I hear you, but again, this wasn't one of those. You don't look at a play in this game as like, man, if this would have happened, this would have happened. No, Texas won the football game.
And in the farce of the, if you want to be in, don't lose to Florida argument. Well, also, like, if we play the same cupcake schedule out of conference that other people play and don't play Ohio State, Texas is sitting at 10-2 right now.
That's the tough part, I believe, for the committee is you've worn this idea, or you use this idea that the cross conference early season games will not be held against either team. But then this happens late. And so if you're not holding that against them, and now you have to judge them equally, and there's no way you judge them equally and say, I'm not holding that loss against you. You're the only team in the country with 3 top 10 wins. And because I'm not holding that loss against you, now I'm looking at your 2 losses, and you don't put that Texas team in. So then if you don't put them in, you're saying you lost 3 games, and because you lost 3 games, I can't put you in. Okay. Then don't say that you're not holding those cross conference. You can't get it both ways.
I'm with you. And just as a football fan, like biased or unbiased, you want to see this Texas team in the playoffs because we can compete with anybody. Now, forget that Georgia game. Obviously, you saw what we could do against Ohio State, Florida, whatever happened. But where we are right now, we can compete with anybody. And as a football fan, you should relish at that opportunity just to see some dynamic playoff ball.
Yeah.
But I think what makes it tough for us as a Texas team is the spot we're fighting for has the same case as us, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is the spot that we need to take. And they have the same exact case as us. They've scheduled hard out of conference games. They've lost to them, but they scheduled them right.
Their only quality win is USC.
I was just about to say, Oak, I won't argue that because same, right? They lost to A&M, they lost to Miami. They don't have a conference, so both of those are non-conference. Right. Then I would ask you, what is their signature win?
I'm with you. And we have 3 top 10 wins. That's our argument.
Yeah.
Right?
Only team in the country that has 3 top 10 wins. You know, so that's the tough part is like, I can't get upset at the committee if they decide, and it's not in our favor. All I'm saying is, if that's what you decide, then you got to drop this whole notion that these cross-conference games don't count against.
And they've been changing their talk all year.
I guess I'm just saying, if you're talking about non-conference games, Notre Dame isn't the example to use. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And once again, you're rewarding a team for not playing in a conference.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. They've been trying to make Notre Dame get in the conference for a long time.
I know. But then if you want it to happen, don't reward them.
Yeah, but that being said, Texas can go out and be on their own. They can just do the same thing, and they would be in this thing every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that.
No,
I know.
I like playing in
Notre Dame in the Southwest.
Yeah. This is fun. I don't know why the Aggies thought this was so bad. From Daryl S. Smith, thanks for the sponsored comment. Who's your little brother? Hook 'em. From Longhorn Lounge, and now to cap off the night with Third and Longhorn. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Not to mention, we also have the most amount of persons we've had all season right now.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Watching live.
Well, and shout out to on Bebo Boulevard, all the people that were shouting us out and saying they watched the show. We appreciate y'all.
Had some love on Bebo Boulevard today.
Man, that's crazy.
Also, thanks, Mac Brown.
Man, Coach Brown was on there. Like, today was a good day.
Oh, what a great day, man.
Today was a good day.
I'm not going to go to sleep till pretty late tonight. So, from Big Hater 333, little bro, still little bro. God bless. And I don't have to say to that. Yeah. From Eric Hart 4981. This is the only podcast that really has Texas at heart. Thank you, guys. I don't know about all that, but we appreciate that. That's a kind compliment.
We're fans first.
Yeah, we are. Like, we don't hide it either. That's why I love when people are like, you guys are a bunch of Texas homers. I'm like, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Longhorn lounging and still no SEC championship for A&M.
That part feels so good. I wish y'all could have seen my little brother's face.
Thanks, man. It's Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
Let's give thanks.
It's the ultimate big bro moment, because it's like every week, like, even though we don't like to say we're watching, we are watching. And each and every week, we're like, okay, that win was cute. That was a good win for you guys. That was good. But wait till you see us. It's like when Tony steps into the room, Jay Hill gets a little quiet. Jay Hill starts to fade back a little bit when Tony steps into the room.
I think it's because Tony comes with a t-shirt with the face on the t-shirt.
Man, I still gotta wear that shirt on.
Y'all better never wear that shirt.
Oh man. This from I can't even say Vellerheim 4643. I think the refs are on the playoff committee.
Man,
that scares
I
me.
was trying to clean up the picture a little bit.
Seriously. From Eric Hart 4981. Nick, this is the best podcast to really listen to. Longhorn for life. Yeah, shout outs to all the other guys on the show. Like that's what makes this thing great. We have fun and we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we got 1,000 people on right now just listening, and we appreciate it. Yeah, thank y'all. That's what keeps us going. That's why we show up. From Davis the Jedi Bear. Enjoy the belt, little bro. Hook 'em horns. I do like that's become a thing. I saw that guy in the audience just snapping his belt the whole time. Brought back memories from my grandparents.
I called my therapist.
Yeah, exactly. I was shuddering. From Eric Hart 4981. You guys keep us entertained with the knowledge it takes to be a true Longhorn fan. Let's go, LFG. From Longhorn Lounge, and Third and Longhorn should just run everything pre and post game. Hey, we're trying.
We have fun doing it.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. No, we enjoy it. And shout outs to KXAN and KBVO for letting us have a platform on their show, and Noah and everybody over there. Like that's been great.
Mention our crew that worked their ass off this year.
Yeah, Corey, all the folks that do that, Browning, like everybody, like that thing's fun. It's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
And then this too, shout outs to everybody here and 1300 The Zone for giving us a platform. This is pretty cool. Getting a little emotional, guys. Yeah. Let's see. From Chris Ward 4817. Wisner's a scrappy runner. Love that he had a great game. Yeah.
Just the one we was waiting to see from him. You know, I can't speak enough about like the patience, the burst, trusting it, like hitting it, you know, like I love that. Even on his long run, not just settling with I broke this long run. Now I'm just going to run as fast as I can at this angle until I'm pushed out of bounds or tackle. He got his shoulder squared again, made that guy missed, got another 6 yards before he got tackled by the pursuing defender. Like, that boy, this is the game I wanted to see from him.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's just a good, dependable running back, man.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, and by the way, shout outs to, we were on the sideline. One of the I believe it was Haley in the band came up and she was like, I never miss an episode of y'all's show. It's so good. And she was like, I comment all the time. So shout outs to her. That was pretty cool.
She was in full uniform. She had about to miss the formation.
Yeah, I was like, you should probably get back over there.
I'm not gonna lie. In the city of Austin nowadays, now that my playing career is behind me, I probably get recognized for this show more than I do for my playing career.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
And that shout out to the fans, man. Appreciate the listeners out there.
Trust me, man.
Stopped me at West Elm the other day.
I was a subtle flex right there.
We know them prices at West Elm.
Buying a $14,000 love
this
seat.
guy. Guys,
all right,
the show's doing you well.
All right,
and I don't like in real life. I'm a behind the scenes guy, so when people like recognize, I still when people stare at me, I'm like, "What's up? What are you staring at?" And I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that." You know, like, yeah, exactly.
Fifth Ward start coming.
Fifth Ward Nick just comes out from Jimmy the Gringo. We got shout outs to Jimmy the Gringo. Always comments on it. We got speed. Just need time in the pocket. Need to beef up that Pancake Factory deal, or just start recruiting straight from the Waffle House.
That one in on the way to Athens. That single one on the left.
Which, by the way, the comments are like, they're about 50. Okay, cool. Yeah.
They were offended.
Nah, man. If you have to exit, turn left onto the opposite side of the highway.
You know, Hills' driver's not getting off the interstate.
His driver. He's like, where is my West Elm? Get past this
that
IKEA.
Uber Black doesn't get off.
I love that he accidentally said that too. That's just beautiful. From JJYX6JY, we a playoff team.
Facts.
I mean,
man, I love, bro. We made it. We did our job in the sense of make it hard on them.
Yeah,
make it hard on them to leave you out. You know, this was the last chance that Texas had to make it hard on them.
Yeah,
and the committee is they're in a tough spot.
And give us a reason why we're out.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear this.
The only reason they can give is you're the only team that lost 3 games.
To
that, I would shake their hands and say, you better never talk about cross-conference games again.
But find me a better 3-loss team.
No, there's not one.
Yeah.
But what they're going to say is that they hadn't let a 3-loss.
But I'm saying if you're ever going to do it, a team that beats 3 top 10 teams.
Yeah.
Like
then just clear the decks going forward. We're just gonna play our conference game
and loses to the number 1 team.
Charlotte. We'll play.
Charlotte and Sanford.
What's Georgia right now?
What's
3, 4?
What do you mean?
What rank? Are they 4 or 5?
Sure.
Georgia
4 or 5, but they'll go up to
4 or
3 probably.
5.
So we lost to 1 and 4.
Yeah.
And what was 3?
They're 1 and 4, but I think they're the 2 best teams in the country. I think we've lost to the 2 best
I do
teams in
too.
college football.
And the Florida game's just ran. I don't understand it, but
Count that loss. Count
yeah, we lost.
Count it.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
sure.
like, you got to look at these other 2 and say that, all right, so you lost on the road to Georgia and you lost on the road to Ohio State.
What other team would go into both those places? Like, shout outs to this team, and I don't. Yeah, we'll see.
Vanderbilt, you beat Oklahoma on a neutral, you beat A&M. Like,
I wish that Georgia game didn't get away from us at the end.
Yeah.
If it was just a tad bit tighter.
I mean, it was 14-10 till the third quarter. And shout outs to Georgia. I love watching that Georgia team. They're a tough team. They are, and they deserve.
I say
they
over
deserve
the last 8 years, they've been the best team in college. Best
Boy,
program
man,
in college.
they squeaked it out today though. They had a tough one.
Yeah. Georgia Tech always get them fits.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
From Stay Ready Athletics. Love the fact that we're the sole reason A&M isn't in the SEC championship
That
game.
feels good.
Gosh, man, it's Thanksgiving time. Let's give thanks for that. It's just beautiful.
Imagine that long, boring drive back to College Station.
That one's gonna hurt.
You get back there and it's those guys in the sailor outfits. And
Ugh.
it's okay, guys.
Eating that terrible box sandwich.
Eating that box sandwich on the way. You got the
Ugh.
sailors there.
Realizing you live in College Station.
They're
you know.
doing this thing. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. Well, you know, they're still doing these weird cheers.
I did have someone be like, they don't really say farmers fight, do they? And I was like, oh yeah, they do. They're like that. No, they don't. I was like, oh,
yeah, they do.
Oh,
Nick
they
was like,
do.
is the other F word?
Yeah. You should have looked at him and be like, oh, it gets weird.
Oh yeah, that's
Just stick
the
around.
tip of the iceberg there.
Just stick around.
All right.
You see them bring in Lassie? It's about to get
They
real
tried to.
weird.
I asked about Lassie today. She's like, "Who is the dog?"
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not their mascot.
That is
it?
their
Yeah.
mascot. That is their
Shout outs to
mascot.
Texas for the ultimate petty. They didn't let Bebo come last year,
Hey,
so you
They
know
started
what?
The petty first.
We return the favor. You guys want to do it. From Casey Taylor 50. Shout out to Casey Taylor, always doing some sponsor comments. What a second half. Little brother stays little brother. Hook 'em. Oh, this is fun, guys. So we could stay here all night. From MV Kirad, Texas got the best win in the country against number 3 in A&M and the best loss in the country in a 7-point game against number 1 Ohio State. Simple as that. That's right. Casey Taylor, opinions on if we should be in the playoffs. I think we kind of covered that. I like what Sark said, but that Florida loss is an ugly mark. But yeah, but that's the SEC. Look at South Carolina's. Are they worse than Florida? I think they're worse than Florida,
Yeah.
or they're about the same.
Yeah.
And like the Aggies were down 30 to whatever in that game. So, from Julian DeBerry 6401, Jay Hills told me a couple weeks ago to buy into Arch. I definitely punched that ticket after tonight.
There we go.
We tried to tell y'all. We're not like the patience is the hard thing, and I know that's hard for a fan base. And so to sit there and fire Sark and bench Arch and Matthew Caldwell
You gotta
this and
stop
that,
that.
and it's like
You
we
gotta
gotta stop
stop
that.
that.
Like give this kid time, and look what he's doing.
That's the crazy part to me. Like, it'd be different if he had been the starter all of last year, but he
Yeah.
was literally devoid of reps. Like
Yeah.
he just wasn't on the field. We had to give him time to accumulate those reps, accumulate that experience. That's why I was so, and I understand he was playing not horribly, but he was not playing up to par at the
No.
beginning, and he was working through a lot at the beginning. But we just had to give him time, and it blows my mind that fans couldn't see that. They were so short-tempered with him.
Couple of things.
Yeah.
He never crowned himself.
You
That-
ground him.
Jeremy did
You-
by myself. No.
We all did.
What I'm saying is the tough part was there were so many moving seats around him.
Yeah.
This is not the same offensive line that he had when he started, right? Like even like the shakeup of how we run the offense is different. It was such a growth and growing process for everything offense, right? And it is tough to see. Who was it? The New York Times or somebody? Who was it?
Athletic. It was the
the-
Athletic.
the Athletic
That
and it's-
stupid report.
And I'm just looking at this thing like, golly, man, like they are gonna. This is like a witch hunt
they woke
when
the beast.
when it shouldn't be. It truly should not be.
Yeah.
Right? Just let it play itself out and let's see. And I'll go as far as to say, like, who's been playing better ball than him over the last month,
You
month
look
and
at
some
the
change?
last 4 to 5 games.
The last month
man.
and some
Yeah.
change. Like he's playing top tier ball.
That Heisman's going to Mendoza because I don't know who else.
It better go to
give it.
Mendoza.
I don't know who
No,
else.
no,
to
no,
give
no.
it
It
to.
better go to
It will.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Mendoza has, I mean, if you want to say Indiana ain't played nobody, I'll listen to that argument.
They went on the road to Oregon.
Yeah, but the Oregon road win is a signature win.
It's stamped.
It's a signature
That's
win.
a grown win.
And he had the drive of the year.
The drive of the year against Penn State, right? Like Mendoza's been playing phenomenal, and he should win the Heisman. When I'm just looking at the last 5 weeks of football, I'm like, Arch is playing great football, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great football.
I think there's a lot to be
a
excited
rough start
about.
with this one, but that second half was great.
And not that he would want any credit, but he never shied away from it and like just
man,
put his head down and kept it going.
Not even that. What I love about the kid is you got a chance to see his character when things weren't going well for him. And he never even ducked the media or anything. He just basically said in so many ways, I gotta play better.
And that you see who someone really is when things don't go their way. And we saw who he is.
At the beginning of the season, week after week, however he played, we know he didn't play up to snuff at the beginning. We'd come in and critique his game, but we never critiqued his leadership. And we've pointed it out on countless occasions that his leadership was not an issue. So it's been fun to see him ramp up.
You can see why guys like a Colin Simmons, an all-world player, had his back the whole time. Like, because if what he showed us was even a glimpse of who he is in that locker room, that's their leader. That's who they're gonna follow.
And that speaks to the coaching, and that speaks to the culture. Like,
and his family too.
Easily fractured and said, you know what, we're busting our ass on defense, and offense is letting us down. They never did it.
Oh, he's such an easy kid to try to hate, but you can't. Once you actually listen to him talk and you see who he is, like you can't.
You feel like everything was given to him. I mean, respectfully, some people that I know personally that are on the national media, and they when things were rough for him earlier, all everybody wanted to talk about was the level of competition that he played in the high school level and like this, that, and the third. And I'm like, God, let the kid figure it out.
Everything they used against him, he could not control.
Yeah.
Like he didn't ask for anything that was used against him.
Yeah. From K-Bind 54, thanks for the sponsored comment. I'm emotional, to be honest. Misty-eyed and nostalgic watching the crowd. Storybook night for Taft. Second half of Dreams. Arch looked overjoyed post-game.
Yeah, you think about this being senior night and what it means for those seniors. Oak and I, we had our senior night. And like, being in DKR for the last time is everything, right? And to make a play in that game is everything.
By the way, 6-0. At DKR this year.
Yeah. And what's Sark's record at DKR over like the last 3 to 4 years? It's something crazy.
That's fun.
But when you look at Burke making plays, Campbell playing another solid game, Taft making a signature play in this game, like they stepped up. Your seniors stepped up tonight.
Somebody was in the comments said 19-1 at DKR the last 20. So.
Wow,
it's insane.
How about for you guys for your senior nights? When did it hit you that it was like this is it? Was it going out there, or was it like lacing them up in the locker room, or just handing the football to the coach and be like, it's over?
When I see my mom on the field, I dang near got emotional.
Yeah.
Right. Because seeing my mom was just like in the joy in her face. You can see that just pure joy in somebody's face. And like just seeing the joy in my mom's face, it was one of those moments where I realized everything she sacrificed for me to run out of this tunnel one more time. Right. And so like it was much bigger than just the game itself. And then a little bit of it, you look up in that stands, and then you realize like these people who over the last 4 or 5 years have become, an extension of your family, so to say. Right. It was one of those kind of moments. Right. And then obviously Coach Brown down there, that's my guy. But I think seeing my mom stand right there by the goalpost, and then the combination of 100,000+, I'm like, oh man, like this is
that is special. Seeing your family at the end of the tunnel when you're running out that tunnel that last time is a surreal moment, and that's when it really all comes together. But you see it throughout the week. Like, I don't know if you felt it throughout the week, but you just start getting treated a tad bit differently.
Yeah.
Like guys just start coming up to you and being a little chummy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Or I appreciate what you've done for this program.
Yeah.
Or whenever you leave, don't forget about me, stuff like that. So whenever people start treating you a little different, that's when the emotions start rising. It's like, man, this is the last go around right here. Like my brothers, the people that I've turned into my family over the past 4 years, I won't be playing with them anymore. It hits you, and it's real.
Yeah, I love that. From Texas Beat 62, The quote, the last stop on the revenge tour, Mike Elko's quote. Yeah, well, it was the last stop on that revenge tour. And it's I can't wait to see that Grim Reaper graphic. The Aggies kept updating every week with the Reaper coming out. Yeah, with the door.
It's going to be a stop again next year.
You might want to crop that graphic and just stop at South Carolina. So, oh man, you got to wonder though, do the wheels fall off of A&M now? Is that confidence gone?
I was literally thinking to myself, like, if I'm A&M, and the knock on me has been that I haven't played nobody and people don't believe my record. And then they say, wait till you play Texas, we'll see. And then you go out there and you lose by 2 scores. Who do you believe you are after that?
Well, and that this is going to cost them their bye, right? Like they're like, so this means that I think they'll probably host, having 1 loss, but we'll see.
They should host.
Yeah, they should host. I mean, these uncomfortable moments are what makes programs. Yeah. Like either you're going to meet the challenge, you're going to run towards the challenge, or you're going to fall back and hide and curl up into your little shell. So who does this A&M team, who does Mike Elko want this program to be? What traits, what characteristics do you want to build your foundation on? This is a great learning opportunity. And keyword opportunity. Yeah. But you have to treat it as such.
Yeah. Well, not to mention all those kids who were sitting on the southwest corner of the end zone or southwest seats who were like, I got offers from both. Like,
what's the kid's name? The edge rusher, the one that's #1 in the country.
Oh yeah, I saw he was visiting. Yeah. I can't remember.
He was there. I forget his name. He was there tonight.
Yeah, he was probably at A&M last year.
By the way, signing day is next Wednesday.
Signing day is next Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to be real though. I love Elko for A&M.
I do too. By the way, he's a great coach. I really do.
I just legit. He's a formidable opponent.
And you saw if anybody that didn't watch the pregame, what Mac Brown said about him is he's the real deal. Again, Mac went against him, North Carolina Duke.
Yeah, no, he's real deal, and he has those guys playing at a level that we haven't seen them play at. I just believe that, and I could say it a million times, right? I believe that the record shows a level that they're not currently at. But they are playing at a level.
They're not far off though.
Yeah,
this sounds like such big brothers. You guys are so. You guys are cute.
Legit, like
keep trying.
A&M is legit playing at a higher, more consistent level than what I've seen from them. I just don't believe it's an 11-0 level. Yeah. I don't think that's where y'all at. But
it's like us rubbing the hair on.
Keep trying there, little guy.
But no, that's a good program over there. That's a good program over there. They're doing things the right way. And I'm glad they represent the state of Texas. You know,
more than anything, it's going to be a fun rivalry moving forward.
I agree,
absolutely.
My other brother is the biggest Tech fan in the world, and he just I know
so
right?
random.
Bro,
what kind of Thanksgiving was it? Your house?
Like you got to understand. Like,
has he been there?
He's always just been this weird. Like, I'm gonna pick teams that don't. Like, bro, we are Texas born and raised, and his favorite NFL team is the 49ers, and his favorite college team is Texas Tech. Anyways, the state of Texas is playing some good football right now.
Yeah.
Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Baylor's even playing pretty decent.
North Texas, SMU.
North Texas just put up 52 on somebody earlier today.
Yeah.
Like the state of Texas playing some good football.
I agree. Let's blaze through some of these because we just passed midnight. So I know everybody wants to get home. So I've been living in SEC country since 2011 and going to Auburn and UGA home games. SEC home game environments are insane. What I heard on TV and I'm seeing online from DKR is fire. Keep it up. Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out to DJ Mel, the best DJ in Austin. I love that guy. He said Mo Bamba is forever a Texas song. I don't know if y'all saw the graphic because like Aggies play Mo Bamba every game, and they just posted when the song was playing. It just said Mo Bamba, had a picture of Mo, and it said he went to Texas. Shout outs to Caden and all the creative team. That was solid.
That's funny.
From Jesus Ortiz Marines, A&M still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass against us in 15 years. Did it? I guess it was because was Concepcion's
It was a run.
It was a run. That's right. It was a run at the end of the half. Yeah. From Jimmy the Gringo, someone get Hills a pulpit because he's preaching to me. Hey, trust me, we've done it. For better or for worse. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He kills it. Stay ready, athletics. Imagine running to another conference just for Big Brother to follow you and keep you out of the championship game in back-to-back years. Unreal. Horns always up.
That's basically like your brother coming outside and said, Mom said, get your butt in the house.
Yep.
Hey, little brother, you been out here playing around too much.
Exactly.
Mom said, get your butt in the house.
K-Bond 54 for the sponsor comment shout out. I know it's a speculation, but what do y'all think was Arch's favorite game this year? Archie, OU, Vandy, or tonight? He seems so hyped for each. I mean, this one, I mean, this dub means more than anything.
Yeah, I think I would love to say the OU game, but I think that like with the speculation around Mateer's thumb at the time and all of this other stuff, people try to put an asterisk right there. I would say this one because of what it means, the opportunity that's potentially on the back end of it, and then people not giving you a shot.
Yeah.
Like people legit saying you don't got no shot against that defense. So, I mean, only he'll be able to tell you, but if I were to guess one, I'd say this one.
Yeah. From Daryl S. Smith, it's another sponsor comment, $20. Damn, Derek Joe's getting rich today. I'm happy for that. Texas is in CFP. Pardon me. Texas is in the CFP. Sorry, I'm losing my voice totally. This is my second super chat, and I say it because I'm confident we are in. If we aren't, college football is going to be different, and dare I say, boring. Arizona State and Texas last postseason was a heart attack.
Yeah, that's true.
Casey Taylor 50, a sponsor comment. Thank you. Best podcast I've ever come across. Hook 'em. We appreciate you always giving sponsored comments. From Rocky Port, Jumbotron rolling Elko was the cherry on, or trolling Elko was the cherry on top. I didn't get to see it.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't get to see it. We left it at the start of the fourth. From Bevo versus the World, another big sponsored comment. Thank you guys for a regular season of great post game shows. What bowl game do you think we get a nod for? I mean, I think it's too early to really speculate. Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of football still left to be played.
From Guy Q4E BTA belt to Aggie again. I like that. From Guy again. Reed hasn't scored on Texas in his career. Wow. Yeesh. From Rocky Port, it must suck to be 11-1 and feel like crap about it. Plus, you have to go back to College Station. Aggie stacking L's today.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That go back to College Station part is terrible.
I know.
You might as well just continue on to Houston.
From Casey Taylor 50, what we got to do to get Arch as a guest? Yeah, shout out. We're working on it, so we're trying. From B Wells, just a sponsored comment. We appreciate you. And another one from B Wells, give UT Texas A&M schedule, and this is a completely different conversation. Don't need to schedule top 10 non-conference games anymore. Take the Ohio State out. We're in regardless. Yeah, I agree with that. But I also like the fact that we do schedule these. Yeah, so
I like them, man.
I do too. They're fun, man. That Ohio State game was fun.
The tough part is like I want to see it, not just. I enjoy watching Miami Notre Dame. I enjoy watching A&M Notre Dame. I enjoy watching a multitude of like that. I enjoy watching who's always playing LSU and Clemson.
Yeah,
right. Like I don't want schools to shy away from that because of something like this.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, as a college football fan, I'm hoping that doesn't become the thing.
I agree, and I don't want them to set that precedent.
I agree. And when does the eyeball test come into effect? Like when does the eye start holding some weight? Like obviously you could look at the win-loss record, you could look at the tiebreakers, all this type of stuff. When does the product on the field that you see from your eyes start dictating opinions? When can we look at a team and be like, you know what? I don't know where they rank, but I know it's one of the best 12 teams in the country. So we got to find a way to put them in.
It starts with not ranking teams before week 6 or weeks. I really think because that's what skews a lot of this. And I don't know. There's a lot that needs to be. There's a lot right, but there's a lot that needs to be fixed, I think. And I think this playoff situation is still figuring itself out. I'm very curious to see what happens. I know we all got to get out of here. Derek, don't put the music on yet. Derek, I want you to come out here on camera, man, because we never get to give Derek Joe, this man.
Put your shirt up. Put your shirt on, Derek.
Put your pants on. Man, Derek Joe shows up every single week, gets here early. Hey, Derek, you're the man. Don't leave me hanging.
Has a family who hasn't seen him on Saturday.
Where's my pound here? I got
That's the man right there. That's the man.
There he is. There you go. I appreciate that. But yeah, shout out to Derek. He makes this all happen. The guy knows how to run a live broadcast. None of us could, if he didn't show up, we would just be talking to ourselves on a computer.
His daughter wants to know why he's not around on Saturdays.
Yeah, we'd be dialing each other together on a conference call. All right. Well, we really appreciate everybody listening. 1,200 of you. Oh, crud. We got a couple more before we get out. I got to read these comments because they give us a shout or to give a sponsored. Let's see. From Lane C. Wright, 58-55, big game Trey, man, Longhorn legend. And for Taft to end it like that, Burke leaving it all out there too. This program ready for the next level. Love that. Rocky Poor again. Thanks for another one. Jumbotron played Elko saying they were the flagship, and then SL sign. I don't know what that is, but yeah, no, we appreciate y'all. Thanks so much to everybody out there listening. Thanks to everybody on 1300 The Zone. Everybody watch us on Texas Game Day, etc. We appreciate you guys. Shout outs to Alex Okafor, Jeremy Hills, Mark Higgins, Derek Joe for showing up and doing this thing. We appreciate everyone out there.
Also, shout out Nick Shuley.